Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about 3D printing of skin. So previously we discussed about 3D printing of ear and 3D printing of bone. So now we know how exactly the 3D printing can be done. What are the major things are involved? Okay, preparing the scaffold, what your materials should be biodegradable, biocompatible, all those things we have. All those terminology you are familiar with. So let's start the 3D printing of skin so that we can have the skin, okay, which is need to be produced in 3 dimensions, by using bio printing. So why we have to print? The question is, what is the need of printing? Because either it can be in the case of cosmetic issues, okay, that means any skin related diseases are there, skin is becoming very dying or degrading kind of stuff that time, and whenever there is a burns, like because of the the fire, burns and all, the skin will go off, right? It will be almost layers will, different layers of the skin will be there, no? So the layers will be etched off, burnt, so that you need to cover up that particular skin. Okay, so skin grafts can be used. Okay, so those kind of applications we can use. Okay, so usually what happens, they make a skin graft. For example, if your skin has gone like this here, so they will take some other part of the body skin and they will attach here, but sometimes that will not look properly, and it may be still have some looking issues, and also not only that, cosmetic issues, but not only that, but also it will have some issues, so that every time, most of the times you will be getting infections, so that every time you need to go for a lot of treatments, and you should keep on visiting to your doctor many times, at least for 1 or 2 years, until these things get fixed. So in order to avoid these issues, we can go for the 3D printing of skin. We can have any variety of that. We can customize. If it is face skin, we can have that particular skin. If it is the skin which is on the palm or on the hand, normal hand, different skin structures are there. No, those structures we can have in 3D printing, and we can without going for grafting, without taking it from other parts of the body, we can go for this particular 3D printing of skin. Okay, so that was the introduction. So 3D printing of skin ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸುಟ್ಟಾಗ, ಈ ಗಾಯಗಳಾದಾಗ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾದರೂ ಸುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆದು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಸರಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು 3D ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ದ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಸೊ 3D printing of the skin refers to the process of creating 3-dimensional human skin tissues using 3D printer. You are going to create the skin which is 3D dimensional using 3D printer. So here the goal of this particular 3D printing skin is to create functional living tissue. It should be functional, it should be living tissue that can be used to variety of purposes. Now we know how to create the living tissue. Okay, inks is there, again lot of techniques we studied so far. So such as again there are variety of purposes are there, the reasons why we have to purpose: cosmetic testing, wound healing, drug development, all these applications this particular 3D printing of skin is required. So now the process involves in the use of bioprinting and technology, where the bio ink made from the particular living cells and the growth factor is printed in a specific pattern to create desired tissue. So usually process how it does involve. So here again normal bioprinting technology what we studied so far for ear and bone, but here so bio ink whatever is there, that is made up from living cells. There also it was living cells, but here one extra factor is growth factors we are using. Okay, so there also we used to use some other these things, some biomaterials, that this stuff and all, like biopolymers, ceramics for bone, okay, all those kind of things. Similarly here we are using growth factors, so that it is printed with a specific pattern. Whatever, for example, as I told you, skin, there is a different skin, on the face there is different skin, on the palm we have different skin, okay, on the legs or the normal hands we have normal body parts, we have different skins. So we can customize specific pattern, we can create a desired tissue structure. ಓಕೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್. ಸೊ you can just go through. Okay, so it acts as a, it's a three-dimensional this thing. It acts as a normal layer of skin. Okay, it looks exactly like what is skin does look like. So the process of 3D printing, first thing, preparation of bioink. First you need to prepare bioink. That is, bioink is what it is made by mixing human skin cells. Now bioinks are, again, there it was biomaterials, polymers, ceramics and all we will put, but here it is a skin, we need to have the human skins. Okay, so and fibroblasts or keratinocytes. So these are the, what you say, the components of the skin. So fibroblast will be there, the human skin will be there, human skin cells will be there. What are those? Those are fibroblasts and keratinocytes. With what? Along with these skin cells, we need to add hydrogel matrix. Okay, which will act as support. So this hydrogel matrix can be added, that provides the supportive environment for the cell growth. Now this hydrogel matrix acts as a heterocellular matrix, what was acting in what you say, in ear and bone structure. So here this will act. So here we are having the hydrogel matrix and cells. What are those cells? Fibroblasts and keratinocytes. What are these cells? These are the cells which are present in the skin. So you are having you have prepared the bioink now. Okay, so now your bioink prepare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ? ಫೈಬ್ರೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆರಾಟಿನೋಸೈಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ bioink. Next step is design of tissue structure. So here design of tissue structure is printed is designed using CAD. Okay, so that we also know. This topic is again copy, just paste. Next, printing. So bioink is printed by layer by using any kind of particular techniques. Next, incubation. You need to incubate. Okay, why you need to incubate? You need to give a proper environment which is responsible for the growth of these cells to form a tissue, skin, right? So we can have that incubation. I have explained in detail what is incubation in the previous classes. So what it will do, once you give incubate, it will incubation, why we need to do? To promote cell growth, so and tissue formation. Okay, so next, assessment. Assessment is nothing but testing. So assessing the functional properties. So analyze or test these particular functional properties, whether it can work as skin or skin properties are having or not, all those things. How we will test? By using cellability test, that means cell are living or not for over a period of time. Next, tissue structure, how exactly the tissue structure is there, whether it is resembling to the skin or not. Next, tissue function, whether it is working as skin or not. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ incubation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸೆಲ್ ಅಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅದೇ ತರ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ತರ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ತರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್. Next, materials are there: hydrogels, polymers, cell-laden hydrogels, scaffolds. These all were discussed in the previous classes. Okay, but I will give you for specifically for skin. So here for hydrogels, for skin, we will be using alginate and collagen. Okay, so these are nothing but hydrophilic materials that can be used as to create the 3D structure of the cells. Hydrophilic means water loving. So these materials have been used in 3D printing because of their some property. What are they can ability to mimic the mechanical properties and water retaining capacity of human skin. So hydrophilic, water retaining capacity, ಮತ್ತೆ mechanical properties. These two properties it has got. That's why we are using alginate and collagen. So ಇವೆರಡು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇದ್ದ ಕಾರಣ alginate ಮತ್ತು collagen ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. So next, polymers. Polymers should be biocompatible. So here example, polyethylene glycol or polycaprolactone. Okay, these two polymers can be used because they are the materials which are synthetic polymers, but yet they are biocompatible in nature. Next, cell-laden hydrogels. So cell-laden hydrogels are materials which can contain the living cells that can be used to create a printed skin structures. So here the cells within the hydrogel will grow and then develop the functional skin tissue. So it contains living cells so that they can grow and they can have a tissue. Next, scaffolds. Scaffolds in the sense, again, supportive network for the cell to grow and develop. Okay, in the previous topic discussed, same thing. Here what it will help to create a specific structure for a the skin tissues or to grow around. That means specific structure alli namage yav structure ಬೇಕು ಆ structure anna we can have by using scaffold. So scaffold will give an environment to have whatever the structure we need to have. Now the choice of material will be depend on the several factors, including the specific 3D printing materials used or techniques used and desired outcomes and the intended use. So material use will be depending on many factors, either what technique you are using or desired outcome, what outcome you want, and intended use, what purpose you are using. Okay. Next, technical importance. So technical importance of the 3D printing of why we have to go for 3D printing. The first one is better wound healing. So usually what happens in wound healing purposes, we use skin grafts. So these skin grafts can be made customized. Okay, no need to remove from any part of the body and put it here. So you can customize and it can promote wound healing and reduce the risk of infection. In the wound healing purpose, whenever you put skin grafts, infection is the major problem that can be avoided here. So this is particularly very important for the burns, chronic wounds or other skin injuries. Next, we are having reduced scarring. So reduced scarring is nothing but, so after doing the whatever the injuries and all, the scar will form. So that can be removed and okay. So it can promote a natural healing. So natural healing in the sense, so it will reduce the scarring. So improving the cosmetic appearance of the skin injury. Okay, and finally we are having, the third point we are having as a replication of skin structure. So we can copy the structure and properties of this natural skin. Okay, even in the phase of, for example, properties like thickness, elasticity of different skin layers we can have, and we can also improve the functionality and durability of the skin grafts. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೆಟರ್ wound healing, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಗಾಯ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇಗ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ 3D ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಕಾರಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ಸ್ಕಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಲೆಗಳಾಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಗಾಯಗಳಾಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಗಾಯಗಳು ಕಲೆಗಳು ಹಾಗೆ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಏನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡೋನರ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಬಿಡಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಸೈಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಬಿಡಿಟಿ? So donor site morbidity is nothing but when you are taking, imagine that's what I told in the introduction. Now I have burnt here, so I will be taking skin from here and I'll put here. But what happens? This can lead to the many complications and infections. Every time, once in every month, I have to go and meet the doctor. Tests are done. Tests should be done for 1 year until that is proper. So that can be avoided. So it can reduce the need for the skin grafts from other parts of the patient's body. Okay. Next, and it also helps promoting the faster healing. Next, that was about reduced donor site morbidity. Site morbidity ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ತೆಗೆದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಈ 3D ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಆವಾಗ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೀಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ to animal testing. So for what we do, anything when we develop, we will test on animal. That is called preclinical trials, and then if it is success, then only we go for the clinical trials. This is called this I have explained in the previous classes, right? So we can avoid testing on the animals, so that in the pharmaceutical cosmetical industries can reduce hurting the animals, and also they can reduce the cost involved in it, all regulatory stuff and all. So reducing the ethical concerns and improving the accuracy and relevance of the testing. Next, research and development, R&D. So 3D printing of the skin can be used to research and development to study the properties like behavior of this different skin types, and test the effectiveness of the new treatments and develop a new skincare products. So R&D have many options. We can go for n number of different skins. We can study their properties, their behaviors, and we can also conduct a lot of tests, so that we can, for the new treatments, or if any newly developed skincare product is there, for that if it has got any effects, that skincare product, that can be rejected, and if it is good, then we can good to go. Okay, so that's what in R&D it will be helpful. ಸೊ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡೋನರ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಟು ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೀ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ 3D ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಇದೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೊಸ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ವಿ ಅದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಗೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ these are the 6 importance. The first, better wound healing. Second one, reduce scarring. Third one, replication of the skin structure. The fourth one, reduce donor site morbidity. Fifth one, alternative to the animal testing. And sixth one, research and development. So that's it for today. So next class we'll discuss about the topic called 3D printed